Welcome to the Super Bowl. Well, at least the Madden 22 Super Bowl, as we're still a week away. But welcome, as we are going to get this one underway. We have it on 7-minute quarters because I don't want to really sit through 15-minute quarters of Madden in general, let alone not actually playing. So we're basically just kind of double the score. It might not work out if, both teams. Nah, it works out because, if they score 21, well, I guess if they score 40 points and the Super Bowl is probably not going to be 80 to 50, just in my opinion. But as far as who I would want to win this, I personally always go for, well, how do they relate to my favorite team? You probably know my favorite team by now. I don't want to mention their name because I always mention it. And are those actually the pants they're wearing? I know they're wearing white, but they're actually really sick, though. But this is the Super Bowl. It is what it is. I don't care what they look like at this point, honestly. And for me, I want the Bengals to win a little bit more. Not by that much, though. But for me, it's about what's to like and what's to dislike. So what's to like for the Bengals is they're a young team that was counted out very early, especially by the media, and the whole draft process of, got to draft O-line, which makes sense. The whole meme of, draft Jamar Chase, can't throw to him because he's, there's no one blocking. Draft a lineman, throw to anyone, win. But that's kind of backfired a little bit, and it is kind of getting annoying because it's being posted all the time. So I would be a little mad if they won because they'd be like, oh, I guess you were all wrong. It's like, okay, well, here's the thing. Holding doesn't really get called in the postseason as much, so offensive line play matters, but it doesn't matter as much as normal. So, I'm just saying that. But on the other side, you have Odell, who, speaking of the Bengals, their rival, the Browns, he kind of made a scene, kind of made it hard for anyone to want him to be there, to get himself removed off the team, and that's why he's in this winning position. So it's kind of like AB winning a Super Bowl with the Buccaneers. It's not as bad, but it's still kind of unethical, if you will. And then Aaron Donald, at least on the field, is a bit of a scumbag, so I don't know. I want the Bengals to win a little bit more, but overall, it's a Super Bowl where I'm not going to be absolutely rooting against one of the other, other teams. So yeah, I'm okay with it, right? I'm all right with it, and yeah, let's get into this one. As far as who I think's going to win, it's tough to expect the Bengals offensive line to stop Von Miller and Aaron Donald and Floyd and even Gaines, as we see a sack. Ooh, I thought that was going to be Stafford. Seen a sack by, was that Trey Hendrickson on the play off the edge from behind? That could have been a fumble with an injury to Reader, which could really help the Rams run game get going. Of course, you can see he's injured and he's unhappy there, but, it's okay, brother. You might be back out there. Who knows? You're still contributed. You got your team here. You helped your team get here. But I don't know if the Bengals are going to be able to stop the pass rush of the Rams. The Buccaneers struggled with it, obviously. The coverage is going to be pretty good from the Rams, but the middle of the field, which is where the Bengals have actually had a lot of success this season, is going to be dangerous for the Rams. And as far as the other side goes, the Bengals defense is just good enough to stop the Rams. The Rams aren't perfect on offense. They have a lot of playmakers. They have a lot of talent, but they aren't perfect. They aren't just, you don't expect them to score every single time they get the ball. So this should be a very good match Super Bowl, with the Rams probably winning. But since I said the Bengals are going to the Super Bowl, but I had the Packers winning it, I'm going to just go all out on the Bengals. Screw it, dude. It's kind of dumb for me to go all the way to the Super Bowl with the Bengals and have them losing in this case, right? If it was still Green Bay, maybe, but no. I'm still going to go with the Bengals. Screw it. Deep shot by Stafford. Kind of has him. And doesn't hold on. Was that Odell? Did he not catch that? That would have been one of the best catches in Super Bowl history. I can't say because we've actually seen some crazy ones. Honestly, I've seen a lot of Super Bowl catches. The Edelman one probably is still the best, just considering it should have been a pick by Alfred, maybe even a pick six, depending on, his returnability skills, which he's obviously very fast. Deflected and caught by Edelman. Absolutely insane. The Tyree one's pretty up there too, but there's some good ones, dude. There are some good ones. That would have been up there, though. Probably top 10, maybe. As Joe Burrow, what? They don't have the 2021 updated stats? Okay. If you will. Nice. I tried to actually have the actual Super Bowl. I had to do this manually because for some reason Joe Mixon's hurt when you do the Super Bowl presentation. Maybe that was just a one-time thing, but yeah, it was also only on 6-minute quarters, which for playing I understand, but for watching, I either want it on 5, 7, or 15, and yeah, I'm not going all the way to 15. That's just too much. As Joe Mixon, speaking of, peels out of the backfield, got a lot of stuff over the middle, and there you go. Is that Higgins gaining a first down on the play? The Rams stop pretty quickly, 3 and out, because of that sack off the edge by Trey Hendrickson, who's been a pretty good piece for the Bengals. Maybe not so much in the postseason. I really feel like he hasn't really done too much in the postseason. Maybe I'm wrong, but during the regular season, he was pretty good. So, it's an interesting battle of youth and quote-unquote drafting versus trading picks instead of drafting. And speaking of draft picks, Ja'Marr Chase already getting involved. The man has been on a tear ever since entering the league as he's going against Jalen Ramsey there, believe it or not, and actually gets open. A little surprised by that, but really good stuff as the Bengals are kind of moving. Clean pocket, which is once again surprising, but first down nonetheless. First completion for Ja'Marr Chase. I would assume there's going to be a bunch of them. And this looks like it could be a run. It will not be. They're going to go to throw again. Vaughn off the edge. Almost gets there. And a potential pick 6 right away there as they just miss. Little bit of an L, but of course, close. Joe Burrow's got to be a little more decisive than that. I know it's the Super Bowl jitters, but you got to think, if you're Joe Burrow, people aren't expecting to win. The pressure is absolutely more on Stafford, who has like a decade more of, life used up in him. So Joe Burrow, the pressure's on, but it shouldn't be that bad as he's going to roll out and find a target. Uzomah, who I don't even know if he's actually playing in the Super Bowl, goes down very, very short. He had like a couple of yards gained, and he lost it on a stiff arm. They just need about maybe 8 yards for a chance at a field goal with their really good rookie kicker. But they're just a really bad play. I mean, you can see he's going to be at the 43, and instead he ends up, at like the 45, 46? Stiff arm really didn't help him on that one. This 360 is making me dizzy. Can we not? Thank you. Yeah, the 45, 46, I mean, just a really dumb play. But 3rd and 11. Gotta get close. From the 45-yard line, Joe Burrow on the move again, throwing across his body, gets it there. And if Uzomah doesn't lose the 1 or 2 yards, maybe 3 yards he had, they probably have a chance at a field goal. But now, I think maybe you punt it. It's kind of a tough situation. Put me in, I can throw. Okay, dude, relax. Isn't the Niners? But yeah, that's unfortunate. But you know what? The Bengals have unbelievable amounts of expectations for this guy, and it's not even close. I mean, it's close, but it's short and it's off target. They have so much faith in their kicker, but maybe a little bit too much faith, as that's a bit of a distance, right? That's, a 56, 57-yard field goal or something around that range. And now the Rams are going to start back out with pretty decent field position, obviously. Stafford gets the ball. Not a whole lot of running. A screen pass, which is similar to a run. Akers, though, doesn't really get out there or wait for his lineman to get out there, and only gains 4. Could have definitely got more if he was a little bit more patient. But once again, everyone's a little bit, jittery. Some of these guys haven't been here before. Specifically the Bengals, a lot of guys out there that haven't been there before, even though they're doing a pretty damn good job. But speaking of running, 2nd and 6, you're kind of on par for that first down. Going to look to run. No, it's going to be a play action again. Throws it to a wide open Odell, who's going to find it all the way down to the 23. No, the 18-yard line, excuse me. That's the opposite side of that 20. Very good play, as Odell already has a 2 for 45. And there's empty seats at the Super Bowl. Okay, yep. I mean, hey, have you seen those prices? Damn, half the seats should be empty, but obviously that's impossible because no matter what, if they can't sell out right away, which they probably already did, they're going to drop those prices, and who wouldn't go then? Even then, with the, you give a 90% decrease, it's still probably $1,000. Actually, it's probably a couple of grand if you really want to get close. It's actually insane. But 1st and 10, Akers gets all the way to the 12, gaining about 6 yards for the game's first run, believe it or not. It's almost the end of the first quarter, and the game's first run is just happened. Just now. I get it for the Bengals side a little bit more, but the Rams got to be less afraid. They got to just do what they think is going to work, which I suppose the pass game has worked, but got to get the run game involved a little bit. Cooper Kupp wide open, but instead they go to Higbee, and Higbee's in for the touchdown. A guy that, I don't know, anytime I watch him, it seems like he's dropping wide open, easy passes. Maybe I just turn on at the wrong times, but I swear any Rams game I've watched, he's dropped a pass. Plenty of them. He's probably a really good run blocker, but just in general, I don't know, dude. I don't see the hype. I don't know why he's so highly rated in the game. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he doesn't drop the ball a lot. I just feel like he does. But, of course, didn't drop it there. Runs in for the touchdown, and the Rams will get the first points on the board with 7. Or a deep kick, well, semi-deep, and he hesitates. Could be a bad. Anytime you see a special teamer hesitate, it's almost always bad, but they're not so rough. To the 22-yard line on the return. If you consider where he caught, that's about exactly 25 yards, but you know the Bengals would like to actually start at the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon, Joe Burrow out there. Will we see Mixon get more involved? Almost the whole first quarter gone, and yet hasn't seen a touch. There seems to be openings on both sides of the field on defense all over the place, so a little surprised that the Bengals didn't come away with points on that first drive, but another chance here to try and answer back. And there is Joe Mixon really good play there. Only gains a yard. Thought he was going to have a ton of room if he would have cut back. Didn't see the cutback lane, though, and once again, only going to be a yard gain. We did say, though, that if there was going to be one side that was going to struggle a little bit more on the ground, it would be the Bengals for obvious reasons, but still, you probably do need to try it, and they're going to try again, and this time Aaron Donald's going to take them for another only 1-yard gain. A little bit of a surprising game plan here on this drive, as the Bengals, who are actually having some pretty good success in the pass game, are going to run it 2 times and only gain 2 yards. Just about the end of the first quarter, probably will end it on this play. 3rd and 8, the Bengals really need to get a first down, and they can't as they get stopped up the middle. Joe Burrow was looking to run, but got caught up. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Not the way the Bengals wanted it to end. Lots of pressure off the edge, and that's what happens. You play in the interior, and you know things tend to work out for you when you're playing with the Von Miller and Aaron Donald and whatnot. So a little surprising there. It actually looked like Aaron Donald was playing on the edge on that play, but whatever it was, absolutely worked. As Quinton Spain, Jonah Williams definitely got beat hard on that play. And here's the punt. They really need a good one, and they're going to somewhat get it. They actually get a really good punt and even better gunner play. It's really tough in that situation to bring the guy down without tackles being broken, and that's what happened. So another pretty good field position start for the Rams, but about as good as you could ask for from the Bengals special teams on that. The Rams have a real good chance here, though, to blow open this game with the start of the second quarter right here. So we'll see if they can do it. Obviously, the Bengals need to tighten up a little bit in the secondary. The D-line has been okay, but they haven't been super consistent in pass rushing. I know they got that one sack that got the Rams off the field pretty early, but since then really haven't been a whole lot, as they are going to have a wide-open run lane. Akers kind of doesn't take the best angle there, but gains 5 nonetheless. 2nd and 5. Ground game for the Rams definitely playing a little bit better, but of course, if DJ Reader is still out from that injury, there's a lot of reason for that. That's a big man in the middle that they're potentially missing here. As 2nd and 5 comes around, and they look like they're probably going to run it again. Cooper Kupp in motion. They love to do that. They maybe should have handed it off. Akers kind of blows through one of their players, but there's too many there for him to do much more. Gains 2. Still more successful than the other side, but 3rd and 3, a chance, a tough chance, but a chance nonetheless for the Bengals to get off the field. You can see Reader was back in there. I didn't think I seen him on the play, though. I can't tell because that could be him playing over the guard. I can't really tell, though. It's tough from this angle. I think it is. It is him. He gets through there, but it's a screen pass. That's why. And Akers going to easily get the first down. Good call, as no one on the Cincinnati side seen that come in, and they will cross the 50-yard line. They might have already done that. I don't really give a damn, to be honest, but The Rams are they're moving. Reader tried to get a hand on it, but of course not going to be quick enough. Pratt with the tackle, but unfortunately already a first down. Got this tight formation. They're going to go with the zone blocking, and Akers is going to get pushed forward for a gain of 4. The Rams' run game is starting to heat up a little bit, setting up some of these pass plays. Cooper Kupp's shoulder apparently needed to be twisted out of position. Stafford, no problem there. I'll undislocated, I guess. I don't know what the hell that was, but 2nd and 6. They're playing off a little bit. They got the 3 wide receivers to the right. A little bit slow off the line. Stafford's going to dart one in, and guess who? Cooper Kupp slips off a tackle, gets to the 23-yard line. Finally, you see Cooper Kupp get involved, and it's about as bad as you could ask for if you're Cincinnati, as they seem to be beating you with almost everyone. Stafford, the cleanest pocket you could ask for. Wide open Cooper Kupp, middle range of the field. Throws Von Bell down. Jesse Bates, not a very easy guy to break a tackle off of. Gets him down, but once again, another first down. Is they're going to be tight near the line of scrimmage yet again. And it is going to be a run, and Akers is going to get so much room. One to beat, and Jesse Bates takes him down, but not until the 5-yard line. The Rams are moving down inside the goal line. Bengals are just being outcoached and outplayed so far in this first half. The Bengals will have a chance before half, though, to make a play, but this is starting to look a little bit like that Chiefs-Bengals game. But can the Bengals hold off as much as they can on defense just to give their offense a chance? In the I formation, going to go heavy here. Got the tight end as a blocker. Bunch of people on the offensive line, and it's the tight end's not the blocker. He's actually the man to carry it down to the 1, Bryson Hopkins. 2nd and goal. This is going to be tough. DJ Reader, big man in there. He's got to make some plays. Not looking good for the Bengals, though. 2nd goal from the 1. Clock's also being dripped away here. A bunch of wide receivers out. Maybe you see something into the flat by Cooper Kupp, perhaps. And they will not. They'll run it, and they'll walk in. The Bengals had to kind of, commit a little bit more to the pass game than they would have liked, and their front obviously has not been winning, so without the extra bodies in there, the Rams, they just have an easy time, and they're going to go up 14, or if you will, 28-0. You can see there, they got pushed through the line. I mean, he literally didn't even get that much yardage. He didn't even go for the lane. He just went for the first, the line and got it. Could have went a little bit cleaner, but didn't even need to. His offensive line played so well, he just walked into the end zone, which is where the whole play was. All right, from the near start of the third quarter, they can return it again a couple of yards in the end zone and get right back to the 22. I know they need some sort of spark, but maybe just let that ball bounce. Jamar Chase going against Jalen Ramsey in this one. Joe Burrow on the move, just dumps it down to Joe Mixon, gets the first down. Doesn't get out of bounds, though. They definitely need to hurry up a little bit here, as the clock's not really on their side in any shape or fashion. All right, under center now. And speaking of under center, Aaron Donald feels like he's going to be behind the center in a minute. Double team, nice quick throw there. Getting about 8 on the play. About 9, actually. And, of course, the Bengals need to move and hurry up here a little bit. Clock's not looking too favorable here for them. I know they had their timeouts, but maybe a little bit too comfortable here right now. As Joe Mixon peels out, he's going to throw it over the middle to T. Higgins. And they're going to gain about 4, but it's a first down. Near midfield, but the clock is still dripping away. No huddle. I mean, it's a slow setup if it's a no huddle, and he's in trouble. Joe's going to just throw this one away smartly. 1:05 in the second, 3 timeouts. The Rams, who of course are playing at home, are getting the crowd going. Under center yet again. 2nd and 10 from the 49-yard line. Looking for a quick throw. He could sell that. And Joe Burrow on the run again. Could run. Doesn't go. Hits the sideline throw. Gets the first down and out of bounds. Boyd. First time we're hearing his name today. Welcome. Of course, you can see the Bengals trying to get that defense riled up, because obviously they're not having the greatest game so far. Obviously had a pretty good start on defense, and then ever since then just have let almost anything go. From the 35, all 3 timeouts still remaining. Pass rush starting to get there. Joe Burrow on the move again. Looking to throw, and is going to get sacked. Taking a timeout there. It's only a 1-yard sack, but Joe's got to do better there. He's got to get out He's got a little bit of speed. He can definitely, run if he has to. They don't really look like they're too bothered by Joe Burrow's scrambling ability. It looks like he's had a couple of lanes now, and just looking downfield, if you're going to use those timeouts, you'd like to at least gain something from it. So I think next time he's got to be a little more decisive and just go. Of course, the Rams getting after it, and they just leave Donald unblocked. What are they doing? That's just one guy you can't leave unblocked. Time to sack, 2.6 seconds. I mean, it's a formality. You had Von Miller there. It would have been like 1.2 seconds. And because of that, you now have Aaron Donald in the zone. He may ruin the entire game for you. 3rd and 14. Aaron Donald working through the double team. Joe Burrow on the run. Nice throw over the middle. And that will likely give him a shot here for the field goal. Of course, the Rams are going to call a timeout here. They're going to have 40 seconds or 35 seconds with 2 timeouts. Stafford's got a big arm. They've got some playmakers. They really need this kick. Of course, that first kick, it was a tough one. Maybe it's in his head a little bit, but overall, he should be clear to nail this one. I mean, there shouldn't be any problems for him if this season's history is anything to be looked at. Looking for the field goal. It's up, and it looks good, and it is good. So the Bengals will get on the board, but still a lot left to be desired as, once again, they would have had the first down if they didn't take the sacks from Joe Burrow. The second one, not his fault, but the first one, instead of a 1-yard sack loss, it should have been maybe even a first down just running. The Rams will get a chance to return this. Well, I mean, not really even a chance, but they have to, and after that, I think that timeout is going to be all for nothing as I likely see them just go into halftime with a pretty significant lead. All right, a little bit of press. We'll see what they do. It's a little weird of a defense from the Bengals, kind of giving a chance over the top. And a decent little gainer there. Not going to call a timeout, which is a little surprising. And they're going to hike it with 2 seconds, and they're just going to throw it at the feet of Akers. That was a really weird sequence, but doesn't really hurt the Rams too much. Maybe builds up a little bit of momentum, though, for the Bengals. As you can see, both teams with 17 snaps, but obviously a little more success in the ground game, and that's been the difference. A bit of a difference in score just because of being able to set up the ground game instead of being one-dimensional. Of course, looking at the tendencies, really doesn't matter too much as it's the Super Bowl. Things change. Doesn't really matter. I mean, you can almost throw everything out the window, right? It's just a completely different game. I wouldn't say you treat this like a preseason game, but it is basically a whole different ball game. Your analytics are still important, but sometimes you coach with emotion in this type of game because it's all or nothing. All right, another chance for this return, man, and hey, there you go. A little bit of a decent return. Hammered there, but to the 26, a gain. Would you look at that? He's improved. Of course, the Bengals, they did get the most recent score. Can they do it again? They really, really need a touchdown here to give themselves a chance to get back into this. All right, here you go. Obviously, the ground game hasn't worked out, but doesn't mean you can't still run it, even though you're down by a lot. Nice stiff arm. And, of course, a really good tackle again from number 51. That man has been playing well. Reader is just doing things, but stiff arming Aaron Donald. I mean, it's happened. It can happen, but kind of unexpectedly. Gained 7 there. Huge kind of individual effort there. But nice to see a little bit better blocks, but obviously he had some out the gate. 2nd and 3. Burrow taking a shot and almost intercepted. Really just not open there. It was maybe a little bit of desperation looking at the clock and looking at the score. You're thinking, hey, there's a bit of points we need still. And, the game isn't over, but there's not a crazy amount of time left. Jamar Chase looks like he has a little bit of inside leverage. Maybe you utilize that. No, they're going to throw it underneath, and they get it. Gain 7, continue the drive, and the Bengals are starting to move now. Damn, Jonah Williams. Is that Jonah Williams or is that the defense? I mean, there's a lot of tape to look at. I imagine you looked at that at halftime as... how much can you really look at, right? It's like, Coach, we've seen this like 3 different times. You keep showing us the same damn screenshot. We've seen it, all right? From the 40, Burrow, play action, double team on Aaron Donald, has a shot, has him, and he catches it down to the 22. T. Higgins has been big so far in this game. To the 22, we have ourselves a game potentially. Joe Burrow, fearless. 5 for 68 for T. Higgins so far. spreading the ball around pretty damn well. Of course, very hard to get the ball to Jamar Chase as he's been played against by Ramsey. Not really a guy that necessarily travels all the time, but that's kind of the respect they have for Jamar Chase here is they're doing whatever they can to try and limit him, and they've done a decent job, but here goes Joe Burrow with the run and just nowhere to go as Rapp is just going to come in basically unblocked. Nobody got out there. The tight ends are just stuck on the line of scrimmage, and maybe just a bad play call in general. I know you're trying to get it away from Aaron Donald, but still, play to your strengths. Don't just run it out there just because you're afraid of one guy. I mean, there's nobody there. I mean, who's there to block for him? I mean, even if he breaks that tackle one-on-one, he's still got another couple of guys there, so maybe just some missed blocks. I don't know, but that just was not a good play. I sent something right down the middle of the field on the Bengals here. Let's see what they can do. A couple of underneath throws, and that's going to be a decent gainer for Boyd, I believe. It's going to be a 3rd and 4. Definitely manageable. You can kick the field goal, but I don't think I would if I was them, as Burrow's going to throw it underneath for a good gainer. That's the kind of plays you need. But, of course, you lose those 2 yards on the run. Instead, if you gain 2, it's a first down. You know, it's a 4-yard swing, and potentially a huge swing if you're forced to kick a field goal here. Would not see this being a smart call on the run to the outside, maybe the tight end. No, he's going to go underneath to T. Higgins again, who's been kind of the safety blanket today to the 7. He's been huge. Now a very important spot for the Bengals. Even tougher, though, for the Rams. See if the Rams can stop him. I mean, they can stop him to a field goal. There's a pretty good chance that they win it all here, but obviously the Bengals are knocking, and they're not going away just yet. I also think if you're the Bengals, you get the touchdown here, you go for the 2-point, but you don't worry about that yet. Joe Burrow stepping back, has the corner. That I feel like they've been holding off a little bit to try and get that here in the red zone, as you did see Uzomah open a few times in that look, and they just went away from it. So, you know, maybe the Rams leaving it. They're like, he's not really going to go there. I think we need a little bit more help over the middle, and you know, now you go to it in the most important time. 2nd and goal. I don't know if I like this. I mean, if this isn't a play action, I don't like this from them. They're going to run it, and maybe I'm wrong as Mixon tries but gets locked down to the 3. You got locked up. You had a couple options and, you know, broke a play or two, but just too many names. This has been a very long drive. They absolutely need to score a touchdown here. They're going to run it again, and Joe dives into the end zone, and we have a 1-possession game. That time, the offensive line blocked extremely well. See, this time, I mean, they blocked up really. I mean, there was a double team. There was like a 1 versus 2, and they actually got it. Look at him. Hopkins, whoever that is, that guy just went off. He blocked 2 guys on his own. Give that man a raise. 2-point conversion now, like we said. Looks to be a throw. We'll see. This is a pretty smart decision, I imagine, as I don't really see anyone open. Joe Burrow on the run is going to just walk into the end zone. Nobody there. Like I said, they really feel like they haven't been watching the scrambles. He's had some opportunities, never took one, and this time does and gets it. Huge play. See the rollout. He had a guy there and just didn't throw, which is a little surprising. Nobody came up on Burrow. They expected the throw, and this is really weird from the Rams defense, letting up hard on that one as the Bengals are within with a field goal. Rams have been a little susceptible to this as of late, you know, having a pretty big lead and just blowing that. So see what they do here is they're going to get the start around the 24, which, you know, looking at the way the game has played, that's one of their worst starting field positions because a lot of punts and just turnover-worthy type of stuff, you know, with a sack, which isn't quite a turnover, but, you know, with a punt being that short, it's kind of a turnover, right? To the 40, to the 50 kind of starting field position. That's kind of where you'd expect to have it if you get a pick or a fumble. So the Rams, if they want to nail this game away with a touchdown, they're going to have to go quite the distance this time. 1st and 10, they're going to look to run, and Akers, once again, good for about 4 yards a carry so far. Gets that 4. 2nd and 6. The Bengals need to do a little bit better there. Of course, I know the pass game is a little bit more scary from the Rams, but they're heating up too much on the ground game to just completely ignore it. 2nd and 6, another run. Akers is not going to get much at all on this one. He gains 2. Manageable 3rd and 5, but also manageable for the Bengals. The comeback kings as of late having a chance. Here it is. 2 wide receivers each side. And it's going to be a draw, and they're going to get stuffed. Sean McVay. Choke job here a little bit as they're going to have to punt. All right, let's see what we see, as he should have a chance to return this one. Decent block, gets that chance. Spin move to the 32. Now you finally see the Bengals with a little bit of field position. A little, the best they've had, I think. I mean, haven't really had much in the return game, that's for sure. Is 32-yard line. I mean, all you need is a field goal to tie it up. Touchdown to really apply the pressure, though. Here it is, Bengals throwing. Okay blocking. Joe Mixon wide open. Gets it. Gets a break tackle. Gains maybe 17, 18 yards on the play, and they're at midfield already. Outside of that play, they haven't been, insane plays, but Joe Mixon really has been kind of the X factor. He's been making a lot of nothing into something so far. As see a couple broken tackles on that. Insane speed off the catch. Looking really good, and here it is, the start of the final quarter of the entire season. Looking at the snaps, the offense for the Bengals has been out there a little bit more, but that also means that the Rams' defense has been out there a little bit more. So this is looking like a pretty good scenario for the Bengals. This is where you'd want to be. 1st and 10 from the 50. Burrow over the middle gets Chase finally involved a little bit more, but only gains 4. They're trying to get him open against Ramsey, but Jalen's been kind of locked up one-on-one against him a lot. So if you want to do that, you do have to go kind of more towards the middle of the field. Jamar Chase 3 for 34, but overall has been, basically held in check. Which is what you want to do if you beat this, want to beat this Bengals team, which obviously they do. Up the middle, Joe Mixon's going to be a yard short, but a really good play call. Is a very manageable 3rd and 1 now, which, considering the missed field goal earlier and where you are on the field, this has got to be 4-down territory. I was going to say, you'll live with anything that isn't a sack. A little surprised to see no running back in the backfield. And they're going to hike it, and they're going to find the sit-down. I mean, that is tough. 5 wide is, especially when you're, probably running your freaking run-stop team out there. You're kind of caught in a weird spot. Risky, but you like to see it in the Super Bowl. They get the first, and they continue the drive. Perfect sit-down. Great throw, great catch. He had the ball kind of waiting for him almost. As they're going to get a 1st down with another throw over the middle. That's where you want to attack on the Rams defense. So you can see why they're having a little bit of success here. 1st and 10 for the 35. Both teams pretty much, signaling run, as Mixon's going to get about 2. The Rams have been pretty stout in the ground defense so far. 2nd and 8. 3 wide receivers to the left, and they're going to run it again. They're really depending on this ground game, as Leonard Floyd's going to be injured for the Rams. A bit of a big injury for them in field goal range, but I still just think with the track record of your defense this game, you probably, look for the throw, right? You can't just try to go for the tie. You got to have that killer instinct. But I don't hate the 2 runs. 3rd and 5 is doable. Here it is, 3rd and 5. Let's see what they do. They're going to throw it. Mixon looked open, and he misses what may have been a touchdown. Ramsey was deep and just was nowhere near him. That may have been a touchdown. They're going to send the kicker out there to hit a 47-yard field goal to tie this game. But Joe Burrow with the biggest mistake from both teams so far. Oh, that's a huge mistake. Kick is up. And it's a little low, but it will be good as the game is tied up with 4:30 in the 4th remaining. The Rams haven't scored since, I would assume, the first half. The Bengals controlling the clock pretty well, but still going to give the Rams more than enough time to try and drive down themselves and win this game. Let's see it. See if the Rams even have a chance to kick return this. And honestly, I wouldn't even want to, especially with how deep it is, and they don't. 75 yards for the touchdown, which probably, honestly, wins the game. And a decent bit less to try and get the field goal to get the lead. Let's see how the Rams want to play this. A lot of runs lately from them, and they will continue that, as Akers actually not going to get much on that. Only gains 2. Trey Hendrickson on the opposite side gets an insane play on there. They must have just left him unblocked, and he just caught up. Right under center, Stafford looking to throw. Takes the short play to Akers, who's going to be a bit short himself. Only gains 2 yet again. The Rams have really choked this one as it's going to be a 3rd and 6. Chance to go with a 3 and out here with the game on the line. All right, here it is. Bengals may have a chance to get the ball back and score. Akers underneath maybe. Plenty of time in the pocket. Stafford all day finds Akers, and he's going to be short. Not knowing where the sticks are, and he made a huge mistake. Both sides having huge mistakes. Now, that may be bigger than the Burrow one. And even though it's literally inches, can't really blame the Rams for punting this, as there's going to be no blocks here. That is a massive punt. Holy crap. All the way down to the 14. 3 minutes, though, left for the Bengals to try and win. From the 14, Joe Mixon's going to get the handoff, trying to find some room, and really hasn't been a whole lot of it today, but gains 4. 2nd and 6 from the 18-yard line. Another handoff. Joe's going to find a ton of room, though. Slips away from 2 tacklers, takes it to the 30. This is looking dreadful from the Rams. 1st and 10 from the 30. Quick throw and just a communication error between the 2 receivers there, as Joe Mixon looked like he was supposed to... Was he the one? I couldn't even tell who was supposed to get it. 2nd and 10 from the 30. Burrow, plenty of time in the pocket for once, and T. Higgins going to get half of that first down. But the clock is ticking. A very interesting spot for both teams. You got to be careful if you're really either of them. So both teams may just be kind of willing to just wait it out and see. I think you'd rather be the Rams in this situation, though. 3rd and 5. Bringing the pressure. Not going to get there. Underthrown but caught. That's a massive first down. Empty backfield. Is Joe Mixon even being covered? I was about to say, they have Ramsey on him, but he's a little late. Burrow over the middle. Too much pressure. Really wouldn't have gained much on that anyways. McPherson needs to get to the 40 to have a legitimate chance at this. He missed one earlier from around that range, though, so you still got to give him the shot, but how comfortable are you with that decision? Here it is from the 48, 2nd and 10. Mixon, yep, I seen it too. Mixon, too much room, gets the first. 50 seconds left from the 37. Clickety, clickety, tickety, tickety. I wish I didn't say that. I was going to say tick, 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 and please, future me, edit that out. Oh, God. Oh, no. 30 seconds left. The Rams not calling timeouts. The Bengals not calling timeouts. Maybe this is run time? It is run time, and Mixon's going to find some room. The man is breaking tackles left and right. 2nd and 2. A little bit more obvious of a run call this time, and they're going to gain a lot of yards. Mixon once again breaking every tackle in sight. The Bengals now with a run again. Had a chance to score a touchdown. As the Bengals were about to kick the field goal, the Rams, of course, with the ice attempt, get that timeout in there, and here it is. Either a chip shot field goal win for the Bengals' first ever Super Bowl victory, or are we going to overtime? We've seen crazier things happen. Here it is. For all the marbles. Can they get a block? Can they get some pressure? They cannot. And the Bengals win it. They're Super Bowl champions. 14-17. The Rams couldn't get it done. They choked. Joe Burrow, face of the NFL. Welcome. Unbelievable victory. They were down at half, 14-3 or 28-6, if you will. And yeah, I wouldn't be celebrating with them if I was the Rams. I'm just going to be honest with you, but absolutely insane. As the Bengals, against all odds, take home the Lombardi Trophy for the first time ever. A couple of trips, nothing doing though, and this time they win it all. It's Joe Shiesty with the win. Unbelievable. Got the victory against all odds. There was pressure all game long. Joe Mixon, though, the almost bigger Joe in this game, just came away with some insane plays when they needed him most. Didn't really have great blocking, but he was breaking every single tackle, it seemed. And, of course, did get in the end zone as well, but kind of iced the game with his running and kind of opened up that final drive with his running too. Gain of 12 from the 18, got him to the 30, feeling a lot more comfortable when you're at the 30-yard line. And once again, the Bengals hoisting that Lombardi, win it all. Of course, you could see the difference. Stafford, I mean, that Rams offense just didn't stay on the field, which was weird because out the gate, it was the Rams that were actually controlling the game quite a bit. But the Bengals in the second half were ready. They were prepared, and ultimately they win it all, apparently. As we look at the sack totals, obviously the Rams with a bit more success. Trey Hendrickson with that sack early on, but outside of that, not really that much. And, of course, the rookie kicker, 3 for 4, missed that field goal. That was, it was big, but it wasn't like end of the game type of situation, right? It was pretty early. It was a long field goal. The pressure was there, but, I mean, you can't really blame him for that one. So, either way, an insane win, and I'm just glad that it was a fun one, as technically the score was 34-28, which is really awesome. That would be a pretty cool Super Bowl, so hopefully we see something like that and not just a blowout one way or the other. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this one, maybe leave a like, subscribe for new. We sometimes do videos like these where we simulate kind of wacky ones, but this one's actually the Super Bowl. And yeah, let me know who you guys think is going to win the Super Bowl yourselves, and who do you want to win the Super Bowl. We'll be live probably tonight around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Should be live. I don't think I won't be. I don't think there's a reason, but of course the community tab will let you know things, whether I'm live or if I say I'm not live or I'm not going live. Of course, uploaded a video a little bit earlier today in the Dolphins League. That was a fun one as well. And that's pretty much it. Tomorrow, maybe a rebuild. We'll see. I was going to do a Pro Bowl video, but they didn't have the Pro Bowl rosters, and I just cannot be bothered moving around players that are potentially injured as well. I can't do it. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll decide. Still some time in the day, but anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!